Hello everyone, and welcome to this video on how to fold an origami fish. Let's take a look at one. So this is a fish I folded from a bird base from a previous video. As you can see, I'm not actually too happy with this pattern that I use because it's kind of hard to see the actual folds of the fish. Sometimes certain origami patterns or colors will lend themselves better to different folds than others. So anyway, this is what it looks like. It's a flat origami as opposed to a 3D origami. So let's take a look at how to fold it. All right, so here I have my bird base that I folded in a previous video. And remember, this is a base that was folded from a preliminary base. To fold the fish, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the kite shape facing me with the longer end pointing towards me. I'm going to take the tip of this and I'm going to fold it up so that it just touches the top of my bird base. Now this fold is just going to be a gentle fold. You don't want to crease this super hard because we're actually going to unfold it in a bit. Alright, so now I've done that, I'm going to take this tip and fold it to the left. Now I know a lot of times it doesn't really matter which direction you fold folds. I mean, if you go to the left first and then the right or vice versa, but this one actually does make a difference. So we're going to take this tip and we're going to fold it to the left. Now to do that, I actually have to, almost like I'm folding this piece of paper over like this, I have to fold and turn it as I'm folding. And as you can see right here, the paper kind of binds on itself. So you might have to take your finger and now push it in there so that it actually will fold. And we want this piece, this tip, to line up exactly with this corner over here on the left. And the line, as you can see, the line on this fold here that I made before lines up perfectly straight with this line across the top. Now this fold we can actually crease with our finger or fingernail. Alright, so now I folded it from the tip from the top to the left side. Now I want to fold this tip over to the right side. What we're actually making here are these rear fins of the fish. Now to do that, I need to, just like before, last time we kind of twisted this way, now I need to twist the whole thing this way as I'm doing it. To do that, if you put your finger, make sure you're on the right side of this little white stripe here, on the actual fold that we just made. Now I can fold this tip over to the right side. And again, I might have to use my finger to make sure that as I'm folding it, nothing gets ripped, and make sure it lines up exactly with the right. And again, we can crease this with our nails. Now look, this line of this fold is perfectly in line with that fold right there. Alright, so now we fold it to the left, then we fold it to the right. Now we're going to take and unfold this thing back down to where it was. And what we have here is, if I put this over the top, you can see we just folded this top rear fin on the fish. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So we flip it over, I take the tip, I fold it up to the top, gently crease so we don't have to go crazy with that. Now I'm going to fold the tip to the left side, making sure that it lines up exactly with the fold that was there before and the tip touches the tip. And as you can see, this fold ends right where my fold, where I folded it up, begins. Now I put my finger on that piece and I'm going to take my tip and move it over to the right side, making sure that all the folds. Oops. So this started to unfold a little bit. So I got to make sure that that doesn't happen. So I hold on to it, pull it over to the other side, and crease. And unfold. Okay, so now I have just created both of these rear fins of the fish. Okay, so now to do the rest. We've done this in a kite base, and we did it when we were making the bird base. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this tip in so that it's going to be upside down from what I did with the kite base. So that this line right here, this edge of this piece of paper, lines up exactly on this mountain fold. So I just fold it in, making sure it lines up exact. And if we folded everything correctly, the end of this fold will meet where this fold begins. So everything is nice and lined up. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to fold that in. And make sure everything's creased. Okay, so there's done on one side. I have to do the same thing on the other side, so I flip it over. I'm going to fold the edge of this paper right on this mountain fold. Creasing it. And the same thing over on the other side, on the left side. Making sure everything lines up. Okay, so now I have this odd looking thing that doesn't look, I mean, it kind of looks like the fish, but we're missing these two big huge fins. All right, so how do we get those? What we're going to do is we're going to hold the fish so that it's going right to left, and I'm going to stick my finger in here and to unfold just this fold that's right here, this valley fold. We're going to turn it from a valley fold into a mountain fold. I just kind of jiggle my finger in there, and then gently I flatten it out. And again, crease. Now I can turn it over or rotate it or however you want to do it. I'm going to stick my finger in the fish again, jiggling that valley fold out into a mountain fold and crease. Now I'm just going to go over and crease everything that's already creased with my nail, and we're done. We have a origami fish. See you in a future video. Good luck folding.